In the news this week, final countdown to The Voice, an exclusive analysis of every WAMN news poll result during the Voice campaign and their implications before polling day.
Also tonight, bikie gang war escalates in Perth as police are swift to action after a shooting in Baldivis. Total commitment, Sandy Angie's full-time promise to activate Perth City as Lord Mayor, and later Dr Andrew Miller's comment.
This is The Evening News with Ivan Loon and Maliva Thorne.
Good evening. The Voice to Parliament referendum has entered its final countdown, with voting day less than a week away. At this point, there are indications that the Yes camp is heading for defeat. Since July, WAMN News has conducted several opinion polls on the referendum, gauging our viewers' voting mindsets and the quality of debate. Here's Peter Candy's exclusive analysis of all our polling results and what they indicate before polling day. Peter also weighed in on the Perth Lord Mayor race and why Basil must win significantly if he wants to be Premier.
With only days to go in the referendum on The Voice, it's quite clear that the debate hasn't changed people's minds very much. In July, WAMN News had a poll showing that most people, close to 90%, said they'd made up their mind and they didn't think they'd be changing their mind. In the next month, in August, it was something similar, that people said there hadn't been developments which were going to cause them to change their mind. And the most recent one, September, there was reference to the quality of the debate during the campaign, and people polled indicated they were disappointed with the quality of the debate, both the for and the against, and also indicated that they were unlikely to change their mind. So, with only days to go before the official polling day on the 14th, what's going to happen? It seems that we know more than 1 million Australians have voted. We don't know how they voted, but the opinion polls indicate that the no case has an edge over the yes case. And this is the challenge for the yes supporters. They've got to, in the last few days, come up with something which will be a game changer. In effect, it's Anthony Albanese's crash or crash through approach. Is he going to emulate Gough Whitlam back in the 1970s, who had the crash and crash through approach, and after 3 glorious years in power, crashed ignominiously? Or is he going to crash through? And that is the challenge. If he crashes, then the important thing is what happens after Saturday the 14th. If he crashes through, then it's going to be a significant development with regard to The Voice, and then planning The Voice, and the need for the proper planning to occur. Whatever happens on polling day, the important thing is that Australians come together, not disintegrate, not backbite, but come together, because the key thing here is the welfare of Aboriginal people. Whichever it's yes or no, the welfare of Aboriginal people comes first. Meanwhile, another important election the following week, Saturday, October the 21st, local government elections throughout the state. Many people have been voting postally, so that's important, and most of the votes will be in. But it's particularly important at the Perth City Council. Watch the vote for the Lord Mayor, Basil seeking a second term, being opposed by Sandy Angie, who's been running a high-profile campaign. So it's a three-way tussle for Lord Mayor. Basil seeking a second 4-year term. And what is particularly significant here is that if Mr Zemplis is able to win another term, this makes an entree for him into state politics a very distinct possibility. Not only an entree into state politics for the Liberal Party, which badly needs talent in the state sphere, but also possible leadership contender for the Liberal Party sometime down the track. The Liberal Party desperately needs leadership. It needs numbers in the Parliament. It needs quality in the Parliament. If Mr Zemplis can win a second term as Lord Mayor, then he's well placed, if he wishes, to go into state politics. And the word is that there are forces in the Liberal Party very keen to have him. And if Basil Zemplis does enter state politics, there's no doubt he will be shooting for the top. Leadership of the Liberal Party, and also, obviously, if you can lead the Liberal Party to victory or the coalition to victory, the prize position of state premier. So that's what is at stake here. If Mr Zemplis can get a good vote on Saturday, October the 21st, win a second 4-year term, then he's the man to watch. Peter Kennedy, WAMN News.
Perth Lord Mayor candidate Sandy Angie continues her high-profile campaign as she challenges incumbent Lord Mayor Basil Zempilas. Miss Angie's full-term commitment is taking direct aim at Mr Zempilas after reports hinting his ambition to jump into state politics. She joined me this weekend. Sandy, thanks for being here. What's the alternative vision you're presenting compared to Basil Zempilas?
Thanks, Melly. Thanks for having me on the show. Well, I guess the key difference is I'm the only person in this race who is committed to serving full-time for a full term. I'm 100% committed to the city. I'm not using this as a stepping stone to state or federal politics. My genuine interest is in the city of Perth and its residents and businesses. So I'm not a member of any political party, not the Labor Party, not the Liberal Party, not Greens or Teal. I'm in it for the city. I'm a community representative and I've got no intentions of using this as a stepping stone just to something else.
Let's look at your promises compared to Basil's. You're committing to a 24-hour city concept, along with 22 other promises, while Mr Zempilas is drumming his achievements, which plainly are state government responsibilities. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I'm not making promises that we can't deliver in the city. The things that I've promised in my platform are real sensible things that the city of Perth can deliver. Obviously, we rely on the state to deliver major infrastructure projects. So when you look at Elizabeth Quay, the WA Museum, and then of course the Aboriginal Cultural Centre, hopefully soon to be constructed, also the ECU City Campus, these are all state government projects. So that relationship with the state is absolutely critical, because in the end, the City of Perth budget is a fraction of the state. So at $300 million, we can't build these city-shaping projects. So we need to really get along with the state government and work collaboratively with them. That doesn't mean we'll always agree, but it means that we'll have a collaborative, positive relationship.
When it comes to crime in the city, what sort of approach will you take to address the issue?
Yeah, so obviously continued focus on policing, but those other things that I mentioned before, the vacancy, really having so many vacant shops across the city creates places and spaces for antisocial behaviour. So improving streets for business, helping small business thrive is really critical. Other things, the initiatives that I put out my policies were things like lighting laneways, better lighting across the city. These things, laneways are often a source of antisocial behaviour. So if we can light them better, activate them, then we cut down. So, it's a multi-faceted approach. The other thing is events. We see a lot of events in the city down at Langley Park. Now, that's not activating the heart of the city. What I would like to see is more of a focus on bringing events into the heart of the city. People often comment that Fringe Festival is the time when they feel safest in the city. So the more people we can have in the city, filling the streets 24/7, and that's why I talk about this 24-hour city concept. That's not about nightclubs and loud music 24 hours a day. It's about constant activation in each of our city neighbourhoods and having people moving around.
And you can read the full story right now on the WAMN Extra News Club. Sandy Angie, thanks for your time.
Thanks so much, Melly.
Hi there. Are you looking for a new home or want to refinance your car mortgage to get a better rate? At AA Finance Solutions, we have the expertise and knowledge to help you to find the right loan for your needs and budgets. Contact us today. Let us help you to make your home ownership dream a reality.
AA Finance Solutions, your local mortgage broker.
A brazen shooting in Baldivis has left terrorised neighbours cowering in fear as two outlaw motorcycle gangs are implicated in the attack.
Police confirmed at least 5 shots were fired during the incident. A 26-year-old man and a 53-year-old man have been arrested after the gang crime squad took swift action and executed several search warrants. Police Commissioner Cole Blanche criticised patch members' disregard for public safety, saying police have ramped up investigations with expectations of further raids after reports of 4 vehicles being allegedly involved in the incident.
Certainly we know it is definitely related to OMCG tensions between clubs, the details of which will be subject to the investigation. But for me as Police Commissioner, when we see shooting in our streets, firstly I put the blame directly at the feet of those who control or outlaw motorcycle gangs, and they are the people at the top level of outlaw motorcycle gangs when they sanction these types of activities. So part of our investigation will always be to go after them to apply all the laws that have been given to us by government and make sure that we stamp their behaviour out, because I will not tolerate, nor will our gang crime squad, TRG and all those others responding in the last couple of days. We're going to respond very hard to this behaviour.
Small and medium-sized businesses are facing a growing challenge to stay afloat as inflation continues to bite. With wages, rent and petrol prices soaring, business owners in WA are making tough decisions to ensure positive cash flow by cutting spending and reducing staffing hours. UD Kodrak Jaya, Managing Director of the West Indos accounting firm, is urging both federal and state governments to do more to curb inflation and increase assistance for small businesses. He also believes that the current interest rate measures by the Reserve Bank are not working as intended.
The bank that record 10 billion, you got Woolly, Coles that record so much profit, but look at the people that are suffering. You know, why they have to force to increase the interest rate so dramatically high and so many increases in this few years? I don't understand. In Southeast Asian country, we don't see any increases like this many, and they're still maintaining 5.something% growth in their GDP.
Police are investigating the death of the woman in Balcatta and calling for help from the public. Detectives from the homicide squad say the incident occurred on Wednesday, the 4th of October. A little before 1 o'clock in the morning, a woman aged 48 years old was found dead by police near Nollamara Avenue and Wanneroo Road. WA police state that early indications imply the deceased was hit by a car. The alleged driver and car are not currently accounted for, and police have released CCTV footage showing a dark-coloured sedan driving in the vicinity at the time of the incident. Police are calling for anyone with information in relation to the vehicle to get in touch with Crime Stoppers.
The opposition is demanding accountability from Premier Roger Cook after he travelled to South Australia to launch a federal campaign rather than addressing the crisis within WA's public health system. Liberal leader Libby Metum says the Cook government needs to come clean regarding the alleged sexual assault of a 13-year-old girl at Perth's Children's Hospital in 2022. The Australian Nursing Federation WA expressed sympathy for the victim's family and demanded answers from WA Health Minister Amber-Jade Sanderson. Union Secretary Janet Ray also stated that placing preliminary blame on hospital staff based on limited information is not constructive.
This is why we need to see some transparency on behalf of the Cook Labor government and those two reports that have been undertaken already into this alleged rape at Perth Children's Hospital. It is extraordinary that at a time where there's a number of unanswered questions that our Premier Roger Cook has abandoned Western Australia to campaign with his mates over East.
WA Police are launching their recruitment expo at the Joondalup Police Academy this weekend, with hopes to increase the number of officers to beef up law enforcement resources. Members of the public are given rare insights and opportunities to engage with police officers with the latest police helicopters, motorbikes, police cars, boats, armoured trucks and bomb disposal robots on display. The Academy has been upgraded recently to train 1,000 new cadet police officers every year, with government encouraging interested members of the public to apply.
We are enjoying at the moment an incredible surge of volunteers to join our police force. There are 1,600 Western Australians who've applied to join the force. More than 1,400 from overseas, experienced police officers from the UK, Ireland and New Zealand and other states have also applied, and we are pushing through 1,000 recruits through the Academy over this 12-month period.
So Ivan, how did you find the Police Expo?
It's fantastic. I bet a lot of people is going to apply. A lot of young people also put out as well. I think there's a bit of a public fascination regarding the TRGs, the helicopters and the latest technologies.
Well, that's fascinating. And now here's Leo Palisi with what's coming up on 6 News tonight.
Thanks, guys. On 6 News, Israel declares war following a surprise Hamas attack, hundreds dead and many more wounded. Fears of a huge ground invasion in Gaza as Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu suspends the supply of electricity and fuel. And also Anthony Albanese says he's prepared to walk away from the Indigenous Voice to Parliament altogether. Watch live whenever you want on our YouTube channel and our website, 6newsau.com. For now, it's back to you.
Thanks, Leo. And that's our weekly news and current affairs. We have the latest news on our website, wamnnews.com.au.
Don't forget to subscribe to the WAMN Extra News Club so we can continue our work in the community. Full details on wamnnews.com.au/news/extra. From Melly, Peter and myself, wish you good health, good night. See you next Sunday.
Thanks for watching.